You're watching the Daily Roundup here on the EAC Cambodia channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. Making headlines tonight. Booster shots go into the arms of Phnom Penh's healthcare workers while government works to secure more doses of AstraZeneca. No shortage of Sinovac though. 3 million more doses land in Cambodia with another 2 million on the way. And a little bear goes on a shopping spree in LA. Booster shots for frontline workers have come to Phnom Penh following the rollout in 7 border provinces. The royal government is prioritizing doctors, nurses, the military and police. One of the venues being used in the capital is the National Pediatric Hospital. EAC News reporter Reo Soko paid them a visit.
At least 2 days of the booster vaccinations at the National Pediatric Hospital are exclusively for their own staff. The hospital caters to children who need medical attention. There is also a COVID-19 ward. Pediatrician Dr. Andreas Hansman told EAC News that they have treated 3 children for COVID and that they had only mild cases. They were placed in a ward together with their parents. He says that since the February community outbreak, the hospital has been relatively quiet. He believes people who need medical help are choosing to avoid hospitals, fearing the virus. But with the booster shots, Dr. Hansman says it's important that all hospital staff should be vaccinated.
It's very important for us because, as you know, Delta variant has arrived in Cambodia since about a couple of weeks, coming over from Thailand, and we know that the Delta variant is much more transmissible compared to the other variants previously. So already we've had small outbreaks in hospitals in Cambodia and in Phnom Penh of healthcare workers who got infected from patients or from other staff. Despite all precautions, it's just very transmissible. And once healthcare staff get infected, hospitals or wards quickly have to close down and patient care is no longer possible, right?
Another pediatrician, Dr. Meng Chai, has encouraged other frontline workers to get their booster shots.
First of all, we already know that COVID-19 has another variant. We give booster shots to our hospital staff and frontline doctors to reduce the spread and create antigens, especially to protect us from the Delta variant. So according to the Prime Minister's speech, he wants all of the doctors here and frontline doctors to get their booster shot.
Dr. Chai says any children who develop serious COVID-19 will not be treated at his hospital, but would be transferred to a specialized treatment facility.
And pediatricians here at the National Pediatric Hospital are encouraging other healthcare workers to get their booster shots. They say it is very important because if 1 or 2 staff at a hospital will test positive for COVID-19, and then all of them will have to be quarantined. And then there'll be no one left to take care of the children who desperately need their help. Rhea Soko, EAC News, Phnom Penh.
3 million more doses of Sinovac landed at Phnom Penh International on Thursday morning. The doses were bought by the royal government and will go into the arms of adults and children at 21-day intervals. The shipment was welcomed by Health Ministry Secretary of State Yuk Sambat. She says 2 million more doses will arrive before the end of the month. They will take to 16.5 million doses of Sinovac that the country has either bought or received as donations. Thursday's delivery also means that the kingdom has received a total of some 24.5 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. To date, 7.2 million doses of Sinopharm, 14.5 million doses of Sinovac, just over 1.7 million doses of AstraZeneca, and over 1 million doses of the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Regarding securing more AstraZeneca doses for booster shots, Yuk Sambat says government is working through its embassies in South Korea, Japan, the UK and India to place orders. As at Wednesday, for the target of 10 million adults, 8.1 million have received their first jab, 6.6 million have been fully vaccinated. For children aged between 12 and 17, 20.5% of the 2 million target have received their first dose. It was a busy Wednesday night for announcements regarding extensions to the 14-day anti-Delta campaign that was due to end at midnight on Thursday. First, Phnom Penh announced different extensions for different measures, and then the royal government made an announcement regarding the measures in place nationwide. So, to clarify, if you're living in Phnom Penh, the curfew has been extended for a further 7 days. The time has been adjusted, though, no longer from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., but from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. The curfew runs through Thursday, the 19th of August. Phnom Penh's ban on alcohol sales and suspension of high-risk businesses, though, has been extended for a further 14 days, running through Thursday, the 26th of August. Nationally, the 14-day campaign has been extended for another week. This means the borders with Thailand will reopen only next Friday, the 20th of August. The lockdown in the 8 border provinces, the ban on alcohol sales, and on dining in at restaurants in every province but Phnom Penh will also end next Friday. In making Wednesday night's announcements, the Prime Minister and the Phnom Penh Capital Administration said the initial 14-day campaign had worked, but that more effort was needed to prevent a full-blown community outbreak of the Delta variant. Cambodia has reported its lowest number of daily COVID-19 cases in almost 3 months. On Thursday, it recorded 455 new cases. That's the lowest that number has been since the 20th of May, when 415 cases were reported. The number of imported cases also dropped sharply on Thursday to just 81. The daily death toll is still in double figures, though. 20 more people lost their lives to COVID-19 overnight. There were 677 patients discharged, though, which means recoveries have been outpacing new cases for almost 2 weeks now. The kingdom's total COVID-19 case count is now at 83,839. The death toll stands at 1,634. The number of patients treated successfully has topped 78,431. Life is steadily getting easier for people with disabilities in Cambodia. On Thursday, 22 access ramps were distributed in 5 provinces. They've been installed at 22 community halls. At the same time, a series of physical accessibility awareness videos have been launched. Both projects are supported by the Australian Embassy through the Australia-Cambodia Cooperation for Sustainable and Equitable Services, or ACCESS program. EAC news reporter Reo Soko has the story.
ACCESS is a 5-year Australian government initiative in Cambodia running through until 2023. ACCESS says it reflects Australia's strong commitment to supporting human rights, gender equality, and disability-inclusive development in the region. On Thursday, 22 access ramps were installed at community halls in Kampong Spu, Kampong Cham, Siem Reap, Badambong, and Croce. Secretary of State in the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, M. Chan Makara, who is also Secretary General of the Disability Action Council, says the ramps might be small, but they send a big signal to the rest of the country.
Disability work is vast, interconnected, and complex. However, the royal government of Cambodia, with Prime Minister Hun Sen, who is the honorary chairman of the Disability Action Council, together with the Minister of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, the chairman of the Disability Action Council, and other leaders at all levels, technical officers have tried and overcome difficulties in collaboration with development partners to improve the disability sector and improve the quality of life of people with disabilities. Under the bilateral cooperation between the Government of Cambodia and Australia, Cambodia is receiving support on disability and gender issues under a competitive investment mechanism managed and operated by ACCESS.
He thanked the Australian government for their support through the ACCESS program, saying it has strengthened the cooperation between government agencies, the United Nations, NGOs, civil society, and other organizations, making the voices of people with disabilities louder than ever. Australian Deputy Ambassador Andreas Zerberg has highlighted that promoting and protecting the rights of persons with disabilities in Cambodia is his focus.
An enabling environment that provides adequate physical accessibility standards plays a central role in ensuring people with disabilities can participate fully in society and enjoy their optimum living standards. For example, accessible pathways, transport and parking facilities, and public buildings such as schools, workplaces, markets, commune councils, and health clinics will better support women, men, and children with disabilities to participate in daily activities that most people take for granted. For example, for a child, if we have a school that's accessible for people with disabilities, that can mean the difference between having an education or being left out.
The series of videos launched on Thursday have been designed to contribute to the awareness of physical accessibility across the health, education, and employment sectors and support the implementation of standards for physical access for all. Rhea Soko, EAC News.
Let's take a look now at news making headlines around the world this Thursday, the 12th of August. The death toll in the forest fires in northern Algeria has risen to at least 69. Villagers have been using hoses and tree branches to battle the fires, which have torched dozens of homes. The government has deployed the army to help fight the fires. 28 of the dead are soldiers. Hundreds of residents have been evacuated. Those who initially decided to stay and fight have started fleeing to hotels and university residences. Algeria's president has declared 3 days of national mourning. Across the border in Tunisia, no major fires, but record temperatures. The mercury hit a record 49 degrees in the capital Tunis on Tuesday. Slightly lower temperatures, in the low 40s, are forecast for the remainder of the week. In some parts of the country, the heat wave is causing power outages, with people staying home and pumping up the air conditioning. Tunisia's Meteorological Institute says the previous highest recorded temperature in Tunis was 46.8 degrees back in 1982. The heat wave has swept across the Mediterranean in recent weeks, sparking the fires in Algeria, but also in Greece and Turkey. And South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is testifying at a corruption inquiry involving his predecessor Jacob Zuma, under whom he served as deputy president. On Wednesday, he told the judge that he chose to remain but resist rather than resign when the allegations of corruption first surfaced. He said resigning would have earned him praise, but said it would have significantly impaired his ability to end corruption, a goal he has turned into a cornerstone of his presidency.
Ordinary people abhor corruption, and they've not always seen the ANC as taking action against those in its own ranks who have been involved in corrupt acts. But now the game has changed. The line has been drawn in the sand, and the ANC is saying that we are renewing ourselves.
The inquiry, headed by Acting Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, is looking into allegations including that Jacob Zuma allowed 3 brother businessmen to influence policy and win lucrative government contracts. Zuma claims the inquiry is politically motivated and has refused to fully cooperate with it. You might have thought Messi Mania had come to an end in Paris, but not so much. Details after the break. EAC News fully supports the Royal Government of Cambodia's preventative and administrative measures against COVID-19. But we need you to play your part in helping bring the 20 February community transmission event to an end. Wash your hands regularly. Sanitize wherever possible. Keep an eye on your body temperature. Use the Stop COVID QR code. And maintain a safe social distance. But above all, please, please, please wear a mask. Only together can we beat COVID-19. EART's Cambodia's audience is growing. Our YouTube channel now has 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube, given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EART's Cambodia's hard work and incredible achievement. She says not only has EART's Cambodia brought a unique voice and style to the world, but has also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to www.youtube.com/eartscambodia. Subscribers get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. We'll see you there. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of EART's Cambodia's platforms and channels. YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eartscambodia.com. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear. Messi Mania continued late into the night in Paris on Wednesday. The newly signed Paris Saint-Germain striker was presented to fans along with his new jersey at the club's stadium. Lionel Messi waved at fans who just couldn't stop chanting his name. He gave a thumbs up and then threw his new jersey into the crowd. That crowd had been waiting all day to welcome him to his new home stadium, Parc des Princes. Messi has joined the already star-packed Paris Saint-Germain from Barcelona, the club where he had begun and was expected to end his career. He's signed a 2-year contract with PSG, complete with an option for a 3rd year. He says his dream is to help PSG win its first ever Champions League title. They're one of the furthest countries from Tokyo, so it's taken the Brazilian Olympic team a little longer to get home. But their athletes received a hero's welcome nonetheless, with the country's best ever showing on the Olympic medals table. The South American nation finished 12th with 21 medals, 1 place higher than at their home games in Rio back in 2016. 7 of the medals were gold, including one from star gymnast Rebecca Andrade. The 22-year-old clinched a silver in the individual all-round competition and then went on to win gold in the vault final. Brazil also secured medals in boxing. Herbert Conceição won gold in the 75-kilogram category, with Abner Teixeira winning the heavyweight match. Beatriz Ferreira won silver in the women's lightweight boxing. Brazil's success came in spite of reduced investment in the sport. Government programs for top-class athletes doled out just over $21 million less this last Olympic cycle compared to the one leading up to the 2016 Games. Seamer Shardul Thakur will miss the second test against England that starts at Lord's on Thursday. He's come down with a hamstring injury. India skipper Virat Kohli says Thakur, who picked up 4 wickets in the first test at Trent Bridge, has not trained with the team all week, but should be good for the 3rd test at Headingley. England, though, have some troubles of their own. Batsman Johnny Bairstow says without Stuart Broad and James Anderson for the second test, England would lose a heck of a lot of experience. Seamer Stuart Broad will miss the rest of the test series after tearing his right calf. The 35-year-old underwent a scan after hurting his ankle during practice on Tuesday. England have called up Saqib Mahmood, who could be in line to make his debut at Lord's, with James Anderson also in doubt. England have also added spin all-rounder Moeen Ali to their squad as they seek to get the balance right after drawing the first test at Nottingham. Moeen has played only one test in the past 2 years against India in Chennai in February. Let's take a look now at how the weather's starting to shape up for the weekend. And finally, it's not every day you see a bear in your local supermarket, but we have to be thankful that Los Angeles resident David Barlin had the presence of mind to whip out his phone to capture this. The bear was filmed sauntering through the aisles at Ralph's supermarket in the LA suburb of Porter Ranch. He was probably looking for those bare necessities before staff chased him towards the entrance, where he was shot with a tranquilizer dart. The Los Angeles Police Department says it received numerous reports of bear sightings that same day, although it was only this one who thought he might do some shopping. The US Fish and Wildlife Service says the little bear was safely relocated back to his natural habitat. This has been the Daily Roundup on the eArts Cambodia channel. Thank you for watching. You'll get more breaking news and updates from our website. Head to www.e-artscambodia.com. You can also search for EAC News on Telegram and at your favorite app store. Friday tomorrow, I'll see you at 8.